Test, test, test. All right, and for this next performance, we're gonna need some participants to hold objects. If you like to come up and help us, we're gonna be Taika.
Taika would be great.
Taika, you'd be great.
All right. Can we get some round of applause for Taika?
Round of applause. Number 9. Yo.
Number 9, hold Sophie.
Who can do the SP404?
Who's got
No, music is good.
Music's good, we just need applause as well.
Applause is on number 9. All right, Taika, so we're going to be taking out for the very first time since 2021, since these things were sealed away in art storage. These are sacred artworks that were discovered in Pantown,
Next to
in the
Romansville.
9-3. This is, yeah, you can actually read the label out for us.
Oh. We need a knife, don't we, to open this?
Yeah, we do need a knife. I have just right here. And then as we take them out, we're gonna give you the object to kind of, like a prize show kind of thing. Okay, cool. All right. These are objects from the Church of Works installation called the Sweat Temple, built in Pantown, France in 2021 by Michael Price and Carl Keys. In this box we have someone on the camera. Would someone like to operate a camera for us? Anybody? What about you? You? There's a camera right here, my friend. Right here on this table. Oh, it's out of battery?
No, we're on 2 cams.
Oh, we're on 2 cams. All good. Thank you. But please take a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be shy. There's chairs all around. Okay. Sophie.
Knives are downstairs, so we're going to have to get a bit more creative.
I have a knife.
So this is really quite an honor to bear witness to this, because these boxes have only been opened once since they were sealed, and it was by a burglar who...
Tell us about the theft of the...
So after we had finished this work, it involved many objects that we kind of embedded meaning into, and we stored them at my girlfriend's mum's house in Romansville. And the house was broken into, and there's nothing in the house because it was being worked on. These were the only things in the house, and the thief strew them across the whole entire house. It went everywhere, but they didn't seem to take anything. So they really missed an opportunity, because this is going to be real valuable artwork at some point, and they didn't really clock onto it. But we kind of put it back together in boxes. Oh, okay, chopping board. Is that Jameson's?
Item number 1 here today in the lot for sale of the Church of Works collection of sacred artworks from...
Run an auction. Let's do an auction.
Let's do an auction. Yeah, right, it's a good way to do it.
This is an auction.
Get some auction music, please. This object is a cutting board from Rue Mehul, 13 Rue Mehul, in the kitchen of the Labor Temple, where Michael Price and Kyle Keese lived for 3 months unattended in an abandoned home, courtesy of the community. This cutting board saw the consumption of many different things, including a list of dinners. Michael, could you tell us a little bit about the dinners? Or, more importantly, what image do we see here on the thing? Mike, could you tell us a little bit about this?
Well, let's take it to the class. What do we see here, class?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Anyone?
Hello?
Any guess?
Hello? Yo, Saul, Nina, come here.
This is the material for a pickleback. And the pickleback is a very important drink. So for a pickleback,
Nina,
you first
you can sit here.
a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
And after that, you quickly take a washer. What do you call it? A rinser. How do you call that? When you chaser, that's what it's called.
Have you ever had a
pickle
pickleback
juice
before? Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. In the south of France. Big up to the Big Love Productions. All right. I think what would be good is a little bit of music, and then we just pull the objects out.
Just so they have some background music.
I feel like this is actually going to be a really bad idea to do this right before we have to pack up and leave. This is a terrible idea.
What else do we have in here? Big
Oh.
knife.
Oh.
Sourced in,
Tell us a little bit about that, Mike.
Okay. I'm going to go and give some technical assistance. I'll be back.
Tell me what this is.
It's I don't want to say some nonsense. It's umami seasoning. It looks delicious.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, look at
It's red.
read it.
Purity. Oh, sorry.
Monosodium glutamate.
Ugh.
MSG.
What's MSG? Why is it different from like French salt or European salt? I don't understand. What are you doing?
It opens up the flavor receptors. Mike and I decided to use MSG in all the meals that we made at the Church of Work
Okay.
in order to improve the quality.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Have you ever been to Paris store by chance?
Yeah, I think I have.
Could you read this out loud?
Alors, Paris Store, distribution à Lim de Paris 13, 44 avenue d'Ivry, 75013 Paris, tel 01 44 06 88 18, fax 01 44 06 88 08. Le 19-03-2021 à 15h14, caissière Sophoine 3, 2 assiettes 4G.JI Han 0,90 1,80 €, assiette ovale 10G 3,65 €, 6 assiettes plastiques 20,5 centimes 1,90 €, 11,40 €, baguette bambou 26 cm, baguette bambou 45 cm, 20 bières, Asahi 50 centilitres 42 €, bougie F Padog M, couteau P fruits 1,05 €, crevettes cuites, cure-dents, encens, glutamate, sandales, sauce huître, sauce pime, sauce sriracha, savon jasmin, tapis, tasse. Ça fait un sous-total de 106,60 €. Sauf qu'il y avait une réduction, donc ça faisait 32 €. CB sans contact. Et après, ils ont fait moite-moite de la... de l'addition. TVA, caisse, 47 articles. It's really cute. You want to talk?
Thank you, Taika.
You're welcome.
So what's next? Maybe we should open a different box. This box has got some big bulky items in it. I think I want to save those. Do you want to choose a box from the front? And we can, check it out. Thank you so much.
Can I open it with the knife?
Please.
Yeah? Wow. Oh my God. I think what we have here is the objects from the lot of the shrine to Lord Faf. Michael Price, could you
Lord
tell the
Faf.
audience at home a little bit about Lord Faf?
Lord Faf is standing to my right. And it's not Taika, and it's not Nina. Lord Faf is one of Kyle Keys' alter egos, in which when you start doing some sort of form of work, you find any possible reason to find a way not to do it. and to do absolutely anything else, but with real conviction. Real fucking conviction. And at some points you have to call out Lord Faf. And Kyle's aware of it, and he's okay with it, but it's part of the parcel of working with Kyle. That's how it goes. Just a reminder, all of these items you see are up for auction, so if anybody sees anything they like, just give us a shout.
Oh, wow. Here we have one extremely rare copy of Nasty Prospects, all young, all for the first time, on DVD from Cineplex Europe. Volume 15, this was found amongst other sacred objects in the yard at 13 Rue Mehul during a 3-month occupation. The reason for the color of blue found in all of the objects in the shrine of Lord Faf because the spirit of Lord Faf laid heavy in Champ Bleu.
Tell us about Champ Bleu.
Sophie, do you think on my Instagram there's an image of me in this like blue room? Could you screenshot that and put that on the background?
Silence.
Oh wait, could you read this for us?
Oh oui, je regrette ma première femme. Pas autant que moi, vous ne m'auriez pas épousé. Le divorce. Histoire de rire, numéro 1. Quand on se monte à un vélocipède, il ne peut pas se retourner pour regarder les jolies femmes.
What does that mean?
It means it's when you're on your bicycle, you can't look back to look at hot women.
Crazy. Don't be distracted.
Si vous vous amusez à ce jeu-là, vos neveux ne tarderont pas à hériter de vous. If you play the game, your nephews won't get money off. Won't start getting your heritage, but like your money heritage, not your heritage.
Could you show the audience the plate? Nina? This is a lot of 3 plates in a series found in the Pousse de Saint-Ouen, Paris's #1 museum. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been or have not been before, the Pousse de Saint-Ouen, located in the 93 department, I think, 93.
We love it.
93, c'est département, ouais?
Oui,
C'est le département, ouais. C'est le département. Non, le département c'est Île-de-France, mais c'est quoi le numéro en fait? C'est que fait la distinction de
93. 93.
Ouais, 93.
Yes.
Yeah. Mais c'est en arrondissement ou c'est en
Département.
département?
Department.
Ouais. Whoa, what's this?
Carl, we've got a good one here. Also from the same origin.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're about to show you today has not ever been seen on camera before. This is an object discovered in the Pousse de Saint-Ouen. The Pousse de Saint-Ouen is a very dense and rich area in the city's capital of France. In the 93rd arrondissement, département de Île-de-France, la Pousse de Saint-Ouen, c'est un incroyable musée de plein air, avec beaucoup d'objets, c'est possible, touche et regarde. Et ça, originally, the price started at 50 euros.
Normally, the price starts at $50. Originellement, non, mais c'est quoi? C'est
Fais la traduction.
à la base, le prix, il était à 50 euros.
Et maintenant, après 3 semaines, 3 week-ends,
3 week-ends de négociation,
c'est 20 euros
20 euros
pour ça.
pour ça.
Et c'est quoi?
Mais c'est dégueulasse.
It's written plaisir champêtre, and it's a woman having sex with a donkey.
Can I see?
Or a horse? I think it's a donkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very rare object depicted. Because in combination with the other objects assembled as one, as a shrine to Lord Faf, it represents, if you notice the message that's portrayed in the plates that we showed you earlier, alongside all of the other objects that reference the great distraction that could be when a mind ventures into the space of carnal pleasure, if you will.
Are you selling it?
Yeah, this object is not for sale, ladies and gentlemen.
That one's not for sale.
Yeah.
Sorry.
C'est incroyable le travail. C'est incroyable. C'est incroyable.
So in our next box here we have some
More wholesome
What do we have
effects.
here?
More wholesome effects. Excuse me. This is the
That's the-
satanic. This is the evil box. if you
works
will.
on paper coming up. Works on paper.
The sweat temple, with all the might left within thou, lift thy will in remembrance of those who have sweat before thee, and praise not the pleasures. Whoa. The sweat temple, with all the might left within thou, lift thy will in remembrance of those who have sweat before thee, and praise not the pleasures of leisure, but uphold the glory of thine work itself. Lend yourself not to the pleasures of this world, but uphold the glory of thine work itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind you that this is a broadcast brought to you in part by the Church of Work.
That one had a bit of significance, I think.
This one?
This was one of the earliest combining fusion artworks.
We show the camera.
I think this was the moment when this artwork got made, when Kyle and I understood how to make fusion together through art. Made in the kitchen of 13 Rue Mehul. Pen, paper,
Have we-
and two minds.
Revival. An initial drawing of the sweat temple itself. Images in champ bleu, printed on A4 recycled paper, crumpled and destroyed by the burglar of Aubervilliers. Another initial sketch of the sweat temple, drawn in graphite on A4 recycled paper in landscape. Sketch from the window of the bathroom of 13 Rue Mehul for application to the Beaux-Arts de Paris 2021, Kyle Keese. Yeah. It was actually quite interesting. Michael was with me in my time of application. I was one of the very lucky few to apply to the Beaux-Arts de Paris, going through the application process at distance because of COVID and the lockdown. This is why we had so much time to think about stupid stuff. Clean up, mop floors, clean sinks, clean surfaces, rubbish removal, clean hot plates, make bin, bathroom window, shower curtain rail, tool sort, make wardrobe room, an initial drawing of the garden at the community center in Pinetown, France. A secondary sketch for proposal for garden at the community center in Pinetown, France. images produced for the what's the school? New
Parsons.
school
Parsons.
Parsons Paris, a group show curated by community friends. Don't pass me any more of those, please. Touch base with Josh. Laundry recap meeting. Let's switch boxes,
I
man.
think this box is finished.
I think we've gone through our paperworks. Hold this and tell me what it is.
This is a champignon from the Chateau de Corrence, the meeting place of Kyle and I, where we've made sauna 0.0, which was comprised of a tarp or a bash, as it's known here, some hot rocks that we heated on 3 fires, and water from one of the 14 water sources from the Chateau de Corrence. So that really was the beginning of it all. That day with a hangover when we decided to make that sauna. And it worked okay. It wasn't amazing, we'll be honest. But that's why we were determined to push this project further and build a bigger and better sauna.
External artworks of the Sweat Temple.
Now we're getting to some juicy stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen watching at home, and Agnes B, if you're interested. We have the pinnacle sacred artwork of the Church of Work, a melding between two young men meeting in the lunchroom of the Chateau de Corrence in 2021. Sitting at the table, Michael and Kyle drank whiskey until drunk, smoked weed until high, took cold showers until cleaned. This is the first combination of works made with an A4 printer in Photoshop, rescanned and printed, sealed in plastic for its display on the exterior of a sauna. Here you can see sacred artwork, Dirty Horse, Crazy Horse. Crazy, that's Crazy Horse. This is Crazy Horse.
There's Dirty Bear.
Dirty Bear.
There's the trifecta of Dirty Bear, Big Nail, and Grey Horse. But that's Grey Horse. You also notice the pine plank that the artwork is mounted onto is a floorboard of the accommodation we were staying in, 13 Rue Mehul. And these became very useful to us and actually were the main part of our work in terms of materiality. They built up a lot of our solid foundations and we mounted all kinds of amazing things to them. You also see there's an angle grinder bit used for cutting the lower frame of the sauna, which is on wheels.
With all the might left within thou. I can't read shit. With all the might left within thou, lift thy will in remembrance of those who have sweat before you, the work of the Lord before thee, before about this. I can't read that. This is man. Oh wait, we messed up the. Oh well. Okay. Now we go like this.
Big file.
Thank you guys. These works are very dangerous. This is an image of a fire burned in the backyard of Pantown against city regulation. This was the fire that drew Tuka, the commissioner of this artwork, from his home across the street into the garden, where he would threaten Kyle Keese with a blow to the face if he did not bend to his will of authoritarian rule of the community art space. Yo, Tuka, if you're watching this, love you, bro. Let's have a beer. Friday, March 19th, 2022. To do. COVID test for second time. Fnac for Bluetooth speaker. Art store painting EQ. Chinese kitchen wholesale. Probably eat bami in 13th. Set up sound EQ. Set up the converter of sourcing. Submit something to Udo. maybe don't drink a little, maybe don't drink liquor. How's that France liberated by the Yankees? And there they go betting on the boys at Huawei. And the boys back in Hollywood are smoking weed in the sunshine, as always. And the boombox is up loud, and the neighbors won't mind, and your voice has been raised. And it's not like it matters when the bottles of vodka is out on the window still instead of the front stoop, and the company speaks English and Russian never sounded bad, and the weed man has always been late, and oh, Daddy Macron is pushing that anti-UK agenda as if the French and the red coats ever got along. And the sea calls, and there's always Mexico, and you wonder how they call Craigslist in Spanish without the fascist lisp. And the girls from Madrid paint their nails, and Broken Heart back home went and broke her leg in the field home, playing patty cake, a children's game in the dark in some empty American field. I miss my rifle, alright. The beer might have too much flavor, and your ears started to ring as you really went to war, and the dirt bike locked under an asbestos roof here in Pantown. Dinner for 4, and pray nobody is positive and attitude is high, and well, Lord, it ain't easy, is it? Have a bit of respect for old Milky Cow, page torn, and she's in the cold, and the tea still warm, and the fingers still sweet from the baklavas, and the stomach full of oysters and those other unkosher bits. Inshallah, and God bless. Not that anybody is watching besides the neighbors, and the last piece of the state poses collapse, $10,000 in credit card debt, but they can't find me in Pantown, could they? Chase Bank, try and find me before we all wake up to the noise in the window, shades drawn and shutters closed since yesterday. An image of Milky Cow drowning charcoal.
This here's our intake of food for the first maybe 15 days of our stay. I'm gonna read out what we had to eat. Pasta and pesto, soy honey salmon and broccoli and rice, chicken noodle soup, fried potato omelette, couscous and merguez, lamb shoulder stew, BBQ chicken wings and merguez with potato salad and grilled vegetables, oysters and prawns with a bit of vodka, garlic prawns with Asian-style rice, merguez, frankfurters, rillette, barbecue style with affin, too many, expired, Asahi beers, by the and Sunday fasting sardines and salad, bread and butter, seafood, risotto and tiramisu, Japanese golden curry, creamy mushroom pasta, and apricot tart from Versailles. Spice, Sri Lankan risk dinner, Saturday off with tuna pasta, on Sunday with Sini's lemon cake for dessert. Sounds pretty good.
2022 items consumed in the kitchen of Pantown, France, at 13 Rue Mehul, named after the romantic composer Eric Mehul. Rest in peace. Baby, I'm not high. Don't just can't keep on. Stop it. In something bag. It's unreadable. Drunken drawing with colored pencil. 100% recycled paper in another hangover. 100% recycled paper in another hangover. No music playing out, but furniture in the yard and a pot full of gumbo. And she was waiting for you there in bed, and not that it matters or that you care. With some of that will held you down, okay, cleaning shrimp as the fire burns. Crawfish boils in August in Sweden. The neighbor's landlord is always on accounts of a drive-by, and the Hells Angels, our local 81, is parked out front. Whoops. And as the lines run over, and as time passes, and as my fingernails collect dirt underneath that thin coat of varnish still left in the ending of the world, as it's okay to it's just the Rocky from last night that's bringing on this attitude. And another thing, fetch some wood for the fire and have a drink, but better not go for a swim down the river. Image of Michael Price entering and exiting the attic of Rue Mehul, the source of all lumber used for the construction of the Sweat Temple. The rafters of 13 Rue Mehul were reinterpreted, refurbished, cleaned, cut, and assembled for the interior of the world's most retarded sauna. I think we better call it a wrap, folks. This was a presentation of some of the works from the interior and exterior of the Labor Temple and the Sweat Temple, brought to you by the Church of Work, which has also brought you today's broadcast, The Art of Communication. This is the prayer. The Sweat Temple, with all the might left within thou, lift thine will in remembrance of those who have sweat before you. And praise not the pleasures of leisure, but uphold thy glory of work itself. Lend yourself not to the eases of our modern world, but instead look to a glorious future. Behold and be reverent to the divine act of doing. O worker, for you have toiled, take shelter within these walls. Come ye, let us lift our hands together through kinship here in the Temple of Sweat. Cast off your inhibitions, for the day is long and the night fruitful. Struggle no more, your drudgery be not in vain, but endeavor now into the eternal bliss of Sudor. Laborum, amor, oprius, sudor. All right, let's clean this mess up, folks.
Oh. Bravo. Bravo.
Ah, merci. We will be returning shortly with what I think is going to be the last segment of the day. Andreas is going to present some works. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but I think he's having a cigarette. So I think Kara's gone to get him, and then, yeah, we're going to let him rock on here. Pretty quiet, isn't it? People are making drinks. Do you want a Ricard? I've just had news in. The broadcast is finished. Thank you so much for all your participation over the last few days. Especially you, sir. You've been working with us all day. We really appreciate it. It's been a great time here, and we hope we can do it again.